Hi, my name is Jessica Sylvester, and I'm the Public Relations Chair for the Minnesota Organization of Leaders in Nursing. And I will be interviewing our President, Roxana Gapster, today for our March Highlighted Leader of the Month.
From the beginning, I don't think I thought of myself as a leader in nursing. I was a bedside nurse for a long time, but I was always interested in how do you make things better? How do you change things? How do you work with systems to make things, to improve things? And so I think what I naturally did was I sort of gravitated to leadership roles just by the nature of wanting to make things better. And that manifested itself in a lot of different ways. In the early days, I did a lot of committee work and participated in a lot of councils when I was at the University of Minnesota. And so the positives, I guess, that I got from participating in those kind of activities were what, I guess, energized me to look further at leadership. So when I was at the University of Minnesota, we had a shared governance model, and Joanne Dish was the chief nursing officer then, and she did a really great job of engaging staff nurses at all levels on all of the councils. And I remember being on a council with her and just being really inspired by her leadership and her vision for nursing. One in particular that comes to mind was one of my manager mentors at the University of Minnesota, who I met very early in my career. So I became a nurse manager when I was 26, and that was, to me, felt very young at the time. So one of those things where you think, do people know that I'm doing this job, you know? And so she kind of took me under her wing and was just a fantastic leader in terms of the competencies, the leadership competencies that she demonstrated. And she is still a nursing leader today and actually is a chief nursing officer now. At the time, she was a manager in a clinic. And I have always remembered the lessons that she has taught me about leadership, including composure and a lot of other lessons. The person that I think about when I think about nursing leaders is Linda Burns-Bolton, who's a nationwide nursing leader right now. And the reason that I think about her is her passion for nursing and the way she's able to articulate the value that nursing brings to all parts of healthcare. She has been instrumental in healthcare reform and in helping us develop strategies for bringing nurses to the forefront of the solutions for our healthcare problems. So that's why I think of the greatest nursing leader as Linda Burns-Bolton. I think being a member of professional organizations like MOLN is critically important to be able to give back to the profession and to also help lead the profession into the future. And so all of us should be engaged in how we as leaders both impact nursing in our regions and in our nation and also in our organizations. And being part of a professional society, I think, is one way to stay connected to what's happening and to also bring the voice of nursing. Well, MOLN has been important for me in my career in terms of connections with colleagues, for sure, networking, new ideas, being open to other ways of doing things, identifying perspectives that might be important for nursing across the state, and just creating new venues for nurses to get together. I think in addition to that, MOLN has offered some fantastic educational opportunities for all of us, and it also helps us think about opportunities where nursing might be appropriate or need to be in the media, need to get our voice heard, policy and advocacy issues. So there's been many ways that I have benefited from MOLN and that I think MOLN is helping lead the voice of nursing in Minnesota. I think nursing students are also leaders in nursing, and I believe that they need to think about how might I stretch myself and stretch my thinking and be open to new ideas and thoughts about both nursing practice and about venues where nurses might be most valuable. I believe that the challenging years are still ahead of us in terms of where nursing is going to be going, and I think that nursing students are a great resource to all of us because the way that they think about nursing might be more freeing and more open than some of the ideas we've seen in the past. So I would look forward to partnering with nursing students and hearing how they believe nurses might be part of the solution for healthcare reform. I think one piece of advice I would give for fellow leaders and nurses is to be confident in your profession and in the knowledge that you have and the value that it brings to healthcare. There's certainly a role for everyone on the team, but there are unique attributes, I think, for nurses which really demonstrate additional value, and that nurses can be leaders in healthcare, and we should be leaders in healthcare. We do have some solutions for issues that the country is facing, and we have to bring those to the table just as everyone else needs to bring their issues and their solutions to the table also.